When people think of Michael Jordan, they picture the 6 championships, the game winners, the tongue hanging out as he dunks on somebody, or even the Air Jordan shoes that practically built sneaker culture. But what I love about his story is that before all the glory, before he became the Michael Jordan, he had one of those moments we all dread. He got cut. Yeah, the greatest basketball player of all time didn't even make his high school varsity team on his first try. So picture this. It's the early 1980s, Wilmington, North Carolina. Michael's just a skinny sophomore at Laney High School. He's around 5'10" at the time, not the towering figure he'd become later. And like any kid with hoop dreams, he wants to make varsity. That's the big league when you're in high school. Tryouts roll around. Jordan shows up with his shorts, his sneakers, and that trademark fire already burning in him. But here's the thing, he wasn't the tallest guy. And in basketball, especially at that level, coaches tend to look at size first. His buddy Leroy Smith, who was 6'7", made the varsity squad instead. Jordan, he got bumped down to JV. And man, you can imagine the sting. Imagine being this kid, full of energy, thinking you're good enough, only to walk over to the bulletin board after tryouts and see that your name's not there. That's a gut punch. Michael later said, "Whenever I was working out and got tired and figured I ought to stop, I'd close my eyes and see that list without my name on it." That moment haunted him, but in the best possible way. Instead of sulking or giving up, Jordan made a promise to himself. He decided he was going to outwork everybody. Like he said years later, "I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." That varsity cut, that was the failure that lit the fuse. So what did he do? He went to work. And I don't mean casually shooting around in the driveway for 20 minutes. I mean he'd spend hours in the gym, early mornings, late nights, shooting jumpers until his arms ached, running drills until his legs burned. He used that pain, that embarrassment, as fuel. His mom, Dolores, remembered hearing the ball bouncing late into the night. She'd look outside and see Michael, drenched in sweat, still putting up shots under the dim light. This was a kid obsessed. On the JV team, he absolutely dominated. He was scoring 30, sometimes 40 points a game. People started showing up to watch the JV games just to see this kid go off. It didn't take long for everyone to realize Michael Jordan didn't belong on JV for long. By the next year, he made varsity, and from there, the trajectory just kept climbing. But here's the beautiful part. Jordan never forgot that feeling of being cut. It stuck with him for his entire career. Every time he faced doubt, every time he lost a game, every time he got tired, he thought back to that list on the wall without his name. That sting of rejection became part of his DNA. He once said, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it." That mindset is why he became the player who hit last-second shots in the finals. That's why he played through sickness, through exhaustion, through criticism. He learned early that setbacks aren't the end. They're the spark. Think about it. If Michael Jordan had made varsity that sophomore year, maybe he wouldn't have had that chip on his shoulder. Maybe he wouldn't have pushed himself to the extreme. That one failure shaped his entire approach to basketball and life. So, the next time you see highlights of Jordan flying through the air, remember the kid in Wilmington, North Carolina, staring at a list on a bulletin board, heart sinking, realizing he didn't make the cut. And then remember what he did about it. Because that's the real magic of Michael Jordan. Not just the dunks, not just the rings, but the way he turned rejection into motivation. And honestly, that's the lesson for all of us. You get knocked down, you get back up. You fail, you try again. Like Jordan said, "I can accept failure, everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying." And that's why Michael Jordan isn't just a basketball legend. He's a reminder that sometimes the worst moment of your life can be the start of something legendary. You'll find even more interesting and exciting stories here, so make sure to subscribe to English Stories with Arif. I'd also really appreciate it if you liked this video.